it comes to choosing a partner, um, I don't think the box six is that needs to be ticked is the same for everyone, is it really?
Yeah, everyone's different.
It's not like, you know, it's exactly the same.
Uh,
But which leads me to the question to you,
yeah,
because I gave an example of one of the things that I saw, and I'm like, okay,
yeah,
caring. Because when I saw my wife to be, I wasn't married to her yet. Yet,
yeah,
I thought, if this is how she deeply cares, and another thing that did it for me is I could tell she understands the mind.
yeah,
Yeah. In fact, when I was dating her, I had this phobia because I was raised, you know, let's not talk about where I was raised, that doesn't matter. But I had this phobia
yeah,
getting some sort of disease when I go to the barber or HIV/AIDS. Yeah, I had this phobia. And I thought, you know what? It's a silly little phobia to have. But in my head, when I go to the barber and I come, I'm thinking, do I need to go to the hospital and check if I've got HIV or something,
yeah.
right? When I told her, her reaction was like, it's not a biggie. In my
Yeah.
head, it was, and sometimes it's hard to explain the silly things that bothers you. And her reaction to what I said made me think, oh, she kind of understands how complex the brain is.
Yeah,
So that's another thing that I have to add to the list. It might be an odd thing, but the person that I'm supposed to be with needs to understand how the human brain works,
exactly.
understand human nature.
Yeah,
Because if you don't understand human nature, because there's times where we've had disagreements and I'm clearly in the wrong, but then she's able to work out that, oh, it's because something has upsetted him, like, something, she's able to figure that out. And sometimes I'm the one in the end having to say sorry with the way I reacted. But she was able to say, boom, 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 boom. That's why.
yeah,
So we're not going to just talk about communicate. Communication is key. We know that the person needs to be loving, caring. We know that. But then there's some unique things that gets thrown in there for each person.
yeah.
If the person I want to be with does not understand human nature, that's a no for me. Communication might be good, but if that is missing, then you are missing something. You might, when it comes to relating, then I don't want nothing to do with it because you can't really relate.
Ultimately, like you said, they won't know how to treat you or relate to you or
Yeah,
themselves or people around them. So
yeah,
how can you build something? Because relationships are human connection,
yeah,
and if you cannot connect humans, how can you connect to a human in a relationship?
exactly.
You
A
know?
relationship, usually people enter a relationship not to do it for 6 months.
Yeah,
Sometimes you want to just have a go at it. So
yeah,
for quite some time, you wouldn't want that. I was going to say, because I don't want us to say what everyone says, communicate, which is true, which we'll probably get into as the more we talk. But what unique thing to you, something a little bit different, what I look for that you will look for in someone that you want to be with.
thought you would never ask.
You
I have,
were waiting since the beginning, isn't it?
yeah. You want something different? I got something different for you.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're looking for the one, look. What you have to do is look for yourself first. Forget looking for other people. If you don't know yourself, you can't find yourself. Don't even bother looking for the qualities in another person.
Okay.
Don't even bother. The very first thing you need to do in life, right,
Mm.
is find out who you are, what makes you tick, what drives you, where your holes are, where they need to be patched. Yeah. And then from there, you can make decisions on what. Because let me give an example, right? Let me say, like, let's say I'm asking, let's say I am answering your question as someone who doesn't know himself or his problems or the void. And I go to you, the one thing I really want is I just want somebody that that listens to me. I need some, I just want somebody that listens to me and gives me some attention. Yeah. Now you're saying that not necessarily because that's what you want. You're saying that because those are the holes in your wall, yeah, that need fixing. And the plugs for them are attention and someone to talk to, right? Now I might say that, right? And I might go looking for the one based on, I want somebody I can talk to and somebody that, shows me attention. This world is energy. We are all energy. Yeah. People pick up on energies, we pick up on energies. People manipulate energy to use people and stuff. So if you go into the world not knowing who you are, naive, not knowing your problems, depending on things, because when you say I need this and that for the one, what you're basically saying is I depend on someone talking to me and attention to survive. So when you go into the world like that, right? And there are all sorts of people who are mimicking your needs to take advantage of you, you will find yourself in a constant loop of disappointment, hurt, depression, looking for the same thing over and over again, but more and more. Because what happens is you meet somebody and this person's just talking to you and you're talking to them and they listen, you go, oh, you're so interesting. I never thought of that point. And you go, oh my gosh, exactly what I've been waiting for. Somebody's listening to me and we can talk. You're not knowing that person's actually acting. Yeah, they're pretending. They're mirroring you and mirroring what you are back to you, right? And then, of course, with these type of people, when they have you hooked, they change. All of a sudden, you want to talk to them about something. I'm not interested. Like, what? What's going on here? Talk about that later. I'm not interested. Where was the person 2, 3 months ago that was so invested in talking? And then you're in a bond, and then things go wrong, and then you get hurt. Just like your example before, with the married, the guy going through the divorce. Same kind of cycle, yeah. And then the person is crushed and hurt, and then the holes, the voids get bigger, and then they really want it more, and then they create the same cycle, the same loop, and it either leads to destruction or an epiphany, right? So for me, the most important thing is find yourself. You are the one. You are the one first. And then when you are the one and you see yourself as the one and you see yourself as strong, that you don't need these things to be alive or to function. You're very good on your own. They're bonuses. They're good to have. Yeah. But you are good on your own. You don't need them. No one can manipulate these things within you. Then from that point, you can go, once you understand yourself, you can clearly say in your mind, hey, this is what I want. Because 3 years ago, you might have wanted somebody to always talk to, but now it might be different now that you're more secure. Now it might be different. You might be like, yeah, it'll be good. Of course, it'll be good to have someone to talk to. But I guess what's more important to me would be like what you just said, understanding human beings. But you never thought that before, because what was running you were the things that your deficits. Those were making the decisions. But now you're thinking differently. Somebody who is into human beings. But then your approach will be different. You won't just go like, let me talk to someone, get enmeshed, and then observe. You will be observing first for months, years. You don't need to rush into anything. So if you meet somebody, you see that, oh, this person is very nice with people, and you just observe for months, just be friends, talk, be cool, keep a distance. And you just observe from a distance. Little things, you go like, oh, okay. And you let it develop, and it goes from there.